So I am now officially an ex-Corp member. I'm done with Nysc. I just like I am playing with this cap. I hope you guys don't mind. I don't have to use it anymore, but I just like the vibe of the cap. Even though I am done. You know, maybe this is the last time that I will use this cap, so permits me to use it in this video, even though I don't have to. But I don't know, I just feel like using it and just playing around with it in the video. And by the way, it's not Kopa, it's Corp member. You know, like if you are still doing your Nysc or you are done with Nysc also, and you are still calling yourself ex-Kopa, it's not correct. Kopa is Yoruba. You get Kopa, as in that's the Yoruba. If you want to say it in English, it's Corp member. I just thought that you had that one there. But yeah, I'm done with my Nysc now, and it's been an interesting journey so far. And you know, when anyone is done with Nysc, the question that people will ask the person is, so what next after Nysc? Whether it's your family that is going to ask, or your friends, or even yourself. You know, you might even be the one asking yourself, you know, what next after Nysc, right? So my goal in this video is just to share my mindset and my headspace now that I have finally hanged my Nysc uniform and I have hanged my Nysc boots for the people coming in after me. I just want to be talking about, you know, what I believe is next for me after Nysc. And as you can see, right, I just want us to just vibe and chill together as I just kind of talk about it. So stick around and let's talk about it. So I think I have like 2, 3 or more videos on the channel where I talked about my experience, you know, coming to Abeokuta, deciding to quit my job in Ibadan, you know, and trying to build something new here in Abeokuta. I got the opportunity to work as a staff in the place that I served. You know, I was first posted to a place that has to do with something related to architecture, real estate, and all of that. And I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it. You know, I've shared this in like past videos. You can check those videos on the channel. I'm just trying to like refresh your mind and just trying to also put it out there for someone that this is your first video that you are watching of me in this my quote-unquote Nysc series. So I was able to leave that place that I was serving before, and thanks to an amazing person who recommended me for a job opportunity to be a content creator for an amazing edtech company here in Abeokuta. And I jumped on the opportunity, I got the job, and we were able to negotiate me being a staff and at the same time serving as a core member in the organization, right? And it was amazing, you know. It's an amazing 1-year experience. I think it was less than 1 year actually, because redeploying and all of that took like 2-3 months. So like, let's say like give or take 9 months plus that I've been in Abeokuta now. And so now that I am done, what's next? You know, what next? That's the question. And I would like to start from what I told a family member after we were giving our certificate. You know, I sent my pictures to him and he was like, oh, congratulations. So now what next? And even though when he asked me the question, you know, I felt a little bit uneasy because I was like, let's celebrate that I'm even done first now? Why must it be that that's the first thing that you will ask me and all of that? But then I realized that, it's just a normal question that people think they should ask. I feel like people feel they are obligated to ask you that question once you are done with NYSC. So I told him that I'm grateful that I have a job to fall back on, and I am happy about that. So I will keep doing my best at the job. I will keep doing what I can, keep putting in the work, keep putting in my effort, and grow at the job and all of that, because I sincerely love the job. I love the fact that I get to work as a content creator and brand storyteller at the organization, and I love the environment. I love the people. It's an amazing place with amazing people. And so I told him that, I'm grateful that I have a job. I'm grateful that I can fall back on the job, and I will still keep my heads up, still try to look out for more opportunities that fits where I am going, that fits the vision and the dreams that I have for my life. And I also trust God to make things work out in great ways. I trust God to help me bring my plans to fruition, help me bring my dreams and plans to life. So to me, that is what is next, right? And that was what I told him. And then it was like, oh wow, okay, that's awesome and all of that. And basically that's just really what it is for me, seriously. And there was also someone that I also asked, the person was like, oh, how are you doing now after NYSC? And I told this other person, I said, I'm still trying to be me. I'm still trying to do me. I'm still trying to be myself. I don't want to put myself under too much unnecessary pressure. I'm still just trying to run at my own pace, trying not to put some kind of unnecessary pressure on myself. And that was what I told this other person also. Basically, that's just the headspace that I am in. And in fact, I believe in this mindset, this headspace so much that I had the nudging deep within me to share that thought with some of my fellow Corp members on the day of our final clearance. I've had it in mind for a while, but I was able to overcome the resistance, and I spoke with my LGI at the time. I was like, oh sir, I really wish I can get the opportunity to speak to my fellow Corp members. I have something that has really been on my mind that I want to share. And luckily for me, he said, oh, no problem, you can do that. He said, oh, you should speak with the zonal Said coordinator and all of that. And I spoke to the woman too, because she was also there for our final clearance. I spoke with her, and she was like, oh, okay, no problem. And they trusted me to speak, and even though they gave me just like, I think 5 minutes, but I shared with the people that were there at the final clearance, who were also Corp members like me. The first thing I asked was that, is there anyone here that is afraid of what is next after NYSC? And everybody, or almost everybody, were like, of course. I got like this loud chorus from everyone sitting there, and they were like, of course. Who is not afraid of NYSC? And I said, what is the biggest fear that you have? And some of them were like job, some of them were like money, some of them were like not getting pregnant, on a lighter note. But what resonated more, like what really stood out more, that people are afraid of, that I was able to pick from that little talk that I gave, was how to make money and how to get a job, right? And once again, I am so grateful that I have a job to fall back on, because I understand the kind of society and the world that we live in. You need you need like a level of financial stability at a point, because even at this stage, as a Nigerian young adult, your parents are already expecting so much from you. Like, they're already expecting you to be able to do something. So if one doesn't have a job and all of that, there will be a level of pressure that comes with that. So I definitely understand that, and I know that that's not the reality of everyone. And I'm so grateful that I can say that I have a job, and not just any job, a job that I sincerely love doing and I sincerely want to grow in. That's a privilege that I do not take for granted, and I'm so grateful that I have that, right? However, I still strongly believe that even at this time after NYSC, which is still what I am doing, right? Because I still have days where, I have thoughts cross my mind. Like, I have thoughts like, what is there any other thing that I should do? Is there something that I need to do that I'm ignoring? How can I make more money? How can I be more stable financially? How can I be able to afford some things here and there more, so that I'll be okay for myself and I don't have to disturb my parents and all of that? All those thoughts still cross my mind, but then I strongly believe that I should not let all that pressure, I should not let it enter my head too much, right? I should not let the pressure of society or the pressure that comes from, I want to make my parents proud of me, I want to be able to send them money and all of that, which is valid, right? But then I keep reminding myself that I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I keep reminding myself that I don't want that pressure to get into my head so much that I forget the things that are truly important to me in my own life, right? So for me, what I keep doing is to reflect more, to be more aware of the kind of life that I want to live, because now I am in a season in my life where people will be throwing so many things like, try this, do this, try this, do this, you should do this is good for you, this is right for you, and all of that. And even though they mean well, right, even though it's out of the generosity of their heart, but I need to be aware enough to know the things that are for me and the things that are not for me. Okay, let me keep this cap by the side now. I need to be aware enough to know the things that are right for me and the things that are not right for me, right? I need to know, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do, right? I need to be able to make that strong decision at every point in time, right? So that I am not tossed to and fro by what people are saying, right? Because I always remind myself that I don't want to get to a place in my life where I will make some decisions, I will do some things, and then I will look back and I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that, that was not important to me, I just did that to please someone, right? I want to always continue to live my life as intentional and mindful and peaceful as I can, right? And a very important and pivotal part to living a kind of life like that is to always be aware, to always be able to filter and know the things to do and what not to do. Of course, there may be need to make some certain decisions because of some certain needs at some particular time, but then I believe that I believe that no matter the circumstances, right, we can always be the one to build our life for ourselves, right? We don't always have to just accept life the way it is. We can build the life that we want for ourselves, and that has been my journey, that has been my story so far, from not practicing architecture, choosing not to do masters, learning more on content creation, getting a job in content creation. When I was almost done in school, I was chased out of my apartment. I had to move to someone's place and kind of tell my parents at home that I had to travel because of learning content creation, which was not true at the time and all of that. But I got opportunities to intern as an architect. I turned it down and all. Yes, there are days that I still feel like, I shouldn't have done that, But then I am grateful that I make those decisions. I am grateful that I did those things, because it made me realize that I don't have to just succumb and submit to the pressures of life and just let life take me anywhere. I can be the one that is in charge, directing and navigating my life towards where I want it to go. I can be the script writer in my life, where God is the chief director and I am writing the script with him, and that's the headspace that I am in, that's the mindset that I have. And I hope that maybe anyone watching this will also find this helpful, right? So if you are like me and you are just done, you just finished your NYSC and you are thinking what is next and all of that, volunteer if you have to, right? If your PPA allows you to stay, you may not think too much about the money and all of that. You can negotiate with them. Can you add this and this to the money? I want to stay. You can just do all of that to kind of buy time for yourself, to really truly figure out what you want to do for yourself, to truly really figure out the kind of life that you want to build for yourself. Because for me, the reason why the pressure is not like that high as it is, and I'm able to really like control and navigate through the pressure, is because I'm very clear on the kind of life that I want for myself, on where I want to be. Yes, I have my own challenges, but I did not start asking the question of what kind of life do I want to build for myself now. I've been asking myself this question like years ago, and I've been refining the answers, right? And that is why I am here today. But even if you are in a place where you are just asking yourself that question, don't fret. It's still better to ask it now than to never ask at all, right? So it's still a good thing, right? So ask yourself what you want to do for yourself. Yes, you are done with NYSC. Yes, there are things to do and all of that. There's money to be made, there's financial stability to go after, and of course, you may need to do some things that you need to do, in as much as it's legit, and you are not causing pain to anybody. Maybe you don't really like it 100%, but you need to do some things to probably pay the bills, which is valid. But I believe that even in that kind of situation, one must never get to a place where you now ignore yourself completely, even as you are doing some things that you don't like 100%, but you need to do them to kind of support yourself or your family. Still try as much as you can to have like 30 minutes in a day, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that you are using to commit to the things that are truly important to you, or to at least learn more about it, or at the very least to ask yourself the question, right, and kind of just take it up from there, right? So for me, what is next after NYSC is just keep being who I am, is to keep introspecting, is to keep living a life of awareness, a life that prioritizes its peace and sanity above all, a life that is intentional and mindful, and a life that wants to leave a long-lasting impact in the heart of others, right? And that's just it for me, right? And so what's next after NYC for me is just to keep being. Really, it's just to keep being. It's just to keep nurturing myself to become the best version of myself that I can be, right? It's just to keep being diligent in my dreams and my vision. Is just to keep being diligent in exploring those things that I am curious about, in sharing my thoughts, my ideas, in creating, and just being diligent in the things that I have in my hands, and be open to evolving, right? Because I'm also in a place in my life that I believe that even though now I am what am I now? I will be 24 this December, right? I still believe that I am still very young, and anything can still happen at any time. I can choose to pivot and change career anytime. I can choose to do this and that anytime. I will still definitely be expressing myself and be creating, but I'm saying that I am open to evolving, right? I don't want to get to a place where I just close up myself and just say that I can never do this particular thing, right? In as much as it's amazing, it's good, and I'm not hurting anyone. I'm open to evolving. I'm open to growing and nurturing myself even more, taking things a step at a time, taking life a day at a time, not allowing myself to be overwhelmed by the pressure of what next, not allowing myself to believe the narrative that I have to do one big grand thing immediately after NYSC. I believe strongly that my life's journey is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So there's still so many things that I have ahead of me, and if I just stay diligent in the things that are already in my hands now, and I keep nurturing myself, I keep growing, I keep learning, I am open to evolving, then I will be fine. I will be fine, and everything will be fine. And that's just my rant. That is what is next for me after NYSC. And that's just what I want to share. I hope something resonated with you, I guess. And the reason why I am actually like this is because I feel too lazy. I feel too lazy to like sit upright. So I hope this sitting style connected with you also, and if anything resonated with you in what I just shared, please drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and don't forget that it's possible to always be at peace and to stay sane even in this fast-paced, comparison-driven and anxiety-filled world. You just have to choose, and the way that I am presenting for you to choose your peace and sanity above all today is by taking life a step at a time and never letting any pressure make you neglect the things that are truly important to you. You know, never let society make you lose focus for your own dreams, for your own visions. You know, keep taking life a step at a time, a day at a time, and I strongly believe that everything will be all right. We will be fine, and yeah, stay peaceful.